So as important as holiness is to God, that's how giving is to God. Pure religion and undefiled is to reach out to the widows and to the orphan. Look at Deuteronomy 14:29. And the Levite, because he hath no part in the inheritance, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come and shall eat and be satisfied, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in the works of thy hands, which thou doest. So the same way we give seed to spiritual men, give to a prophet in the name of a prophet, you shall receive a prophet reward. That's how we should give to strangers. That's how we should give to widows. That's how we should give to orphans. I remember some years ago, Pastor Son is aware, when I was serving, zealous for God, a pastor called me that he was organizing a conference and that he didn't have somebody to anchor. I was not a guest minister. I was traveling to come and do MC, but since it was church, I came with suit, ready with tongues of fire. You know, there were times when we didn't have platforms to preach. So it's either you preach in a bus, or you preach in a football field, or you preach on the street. If you are called to stand on the altar, you will get your best suit. Even if they say introduce people, you will quote 20 scriptures to introduce. That's your only opportunity to manifest. And the Bible said, to introduce somebody, you have quoted 3 scriptures, because that's the only opportunity you have. So I left worry, and I didn't have money. I called the pastor, I didn't have money, I was going to come. He said, no, I should come. And I left worry. I had, I think, 1,000 naira in my account. So I got a bus to Onisha, thinking I would withdraw the 1,000. And before that time, the pastor would have reached me, but he didn't reach me. I went to the ATM to withdraw the money. I didn't know that they had debited some change, and it was not up to 1,000 anymore. And the ATM was not giving 1,000. So I ended up withdrawing 500. And I needed about 1,800 from Onitsha to Makodi. When things was not going, I removed my NYC cap and put it. And I stood, I was waiting. I saw a brother who went and withdrew quite a good volume of cash. I walked up to him and told him, my brother, I need to travel to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, but I am stranded here. Help me. You are the one who see people preaching now, and you say, we want to preach. Be joking. I need help. The guy looked at me and gave me 500 naira. It was still not enough. I got keke to Benue links. Amazingly, I met another copper who was from Benue. How far? That was where I topped 1,000, pay for bus, and got to Makodi. My brother came and said to the guy at the park, that's the way we sojourn some time back. But imagine if that guy didn't have compassion on me as a stranger. See, when you give people something, it may be small to you, it's not small to them. 500 was small to him, but for me, it was life and death. I didn't know anybody in Onisha. You want to sleep in Onisha, they will rob you and use your head for ritual. After they take your money, they will butcher you again. So it was life and death for me. That's why God values this thing. Somebody you gave 1,000 naira, that may be what will save that person from death. So you gave 1,000 in your own eyes. In that person's eyes, you gave him life. And God is interested in this. Angels disguised as strangers to test the heart of men. He said, be careful in receiving men. He says some have rejected angels not knowing. Angels. Because God is interested in our dealing with strangers. And then finally, where do you give? You give for societal development.